Elvis. Okay. So Elvis came out yesterday, and from the rise to his fame to his unprecedented superstardom, rock and roll icon Elvis Presley maintains a complicated relationship with his enigmatic manager, Colonel Tom Parker, over the course of 20 years. Central to Presley's journey and happiness is one of the most influential people in his life. And so, what did you think of the movie?
I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. I liked the way they shot it because at first when I was going in, I thought this was going to kind of give us the regular version of Elvis because they've seen Elvis movies before, and it just kind of shows him growing up and becoming the superstar. This was different. I like the cinematography, specifically with this movie, because the way they incorporated, modern music as well with the old versions of his songs. You could hear the little modern ones in there. It's pretty cool. But what I really like what they did is showed how Elvis was impressed. How his music became the way it was because of of black culture. He grew up in a black neighborhood, went to church. Gospel music was his first love, and he incorporated those things into his music. So I'm glad they did that, and that just kind of make it where he was just Elvis and superstar, showed his roots, where he came from, and it was well done. Good music. I like it.
Yeah, I really liked this movie, and before even knowing who the director was, I was like, this reminds me of Great Gatsby. Oh, they're trying to do the whole Great Gatsby thing where they use modern music, and I was like, this is the same director.
Yeah, he also did Chicago.
Yeah, and I really liked how this filmed. I think the cinematography will definitely get an Oscar for this cinematography because it kept me engaged from the beginning to the end, and it's very fast moving, fast pacing, and it doesn't feel like it's dragging on. The movie is very long. It is 2.5 hours, and it's like, okay, like I'm done. I'm like I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I get the story. Let's go.
Yeah.
But also it's still engaging because I love Austin Butler. He did that.
Austin Butler did his thing, man. He sang all the songs, and I didn't see Austin Butler. I saw Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
I mean, his facial expressions, everything the same. The way he talked, the way he sang. He had it down.
He still has that Elvis accent. It's so funny how people make fun of him,
he still talks like that.
Interviews.
He's stuck in character.
He's still in character, but yes, he looks a lot like what's his face,
Elvis.
Like Elvis. Yeah. And I thought he did really well because he was singing the songs himself.
Yeah.
And so that was like, that was like, wow, like you're really,
it was
really
very
good.
It was very impressive. Very impressive.
And the thing is, it's going to be a good movie when Tom Hanks is in it. So
yeah. Tom Hanks was a little off in this for me too, but kind of his act, the way he was talking kind of threw me a little bit, but maybe that's how the real guy sound. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. I never.
But Tom Hanks brought his A game though. He did a good job. I like the way he was narrating the movie. And the good thing about this, even though Tom Hanks' character, Colonel Parker, was the bad guy in the movie, but he was portraying himself as a good guy in the movie, right?
Yeah, he was, because he was the protagonist, or he was narrating.
He was narrating it,
yeah.
And he was kind of talking about who Elvis was, and it's all lies about what they said about me. So in his own mind, he was not wrong for what he was doing, but he was really wrong.
He was.
So, but it was good to kind of do that because it made it like, well, did he do something wrong or did he not do something wrong? And what's going on here? I mean, did he really manipulate Elvis? Well, he gave him all his choices. Did he make the right choice? His dad was his manager. He should have read the contract.
Right.
I mean, it was good. It was good to create that ethical dilemma within the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a good movie.
The movie, like, as a person that doesn't know anything about Elvis, because I never caught up with his life, only time I really listened to his music was if somebody else put it on.
Yeah.
And it was a sad story. It's just a sad story. It's not even spoilers because it's his life. And it's like the fact that he never got out of the country. That's just, that made me so sad because he was stuck because of this guy that he trusted. Tom Hanks' character, Tom Parker, he trusted him.
Yeah.
And this guy used him, and it made me, I was like, wow, this is, because he's like he's the king of what?
King of rock and roll.
Rock and roll, king of rock and roll. And he had to stay in this one area. Now I know why Vegas is obsessed with him. Now I get it.
Yeah, when you go to Vegas,
it's all Elvis.
There's a bunch of Elvis stuff.
Yeah.
Big Elvis, small Elvis, Elvis in the white jumpsuit, which is the most famous suit.
One.
But yeah, when you go to Vegas, he's all over the place.
And another thing that I really loved about the film was that I love that they addressed that he grew up with black people and that he did steal the music and he didn't give credit that's like very true that he did steal it in a sense, and because he was like word for word. Like if nowadays it would have been like, okay, here's the lawsuit, like or you need to pay something. But then it still made sense why his music was the way that it was, because that's where he grew up.
Yeah.
Like that's
well, in the beginning of the movie, and this is quick, but not really a spoiler. But in the beginning of the movie, when Colonel Parker was, this guy sounds great, whatever. When the guy said he's white, he was like, what? So,
he was like, oh, we can make money
because he knew, right? If you want to make money, you got to sell to the masses, and white people are the masses, and that's who you're going to make your money from. So, but it was good to show that and kind of tie into Black culture, where the music came from. Even Elvis said it, where rock and roll is blues and gospel combined with some country, and it was good to hear that.
Yeah, I love how they addressed it, and that's what made me like the film even more. I thought
me too. Made me like the film even more, because I kind of had reservations going to watch it. We went to watch it because we review movies.
Yeah.
So I went to watch it for that. But I was really happy how they handled that. It made me appreciate the movie a whole lot more.
Yeah, because I wasn't excited for it either, but I thought they were gonna brush it off. Like I thought it was gonna be at the beginning, like, oh, Black people. Okay, so anyways, like, but it was incorporated throughout the entire film.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So let's get into some reviews, because I would like to see what other people think of the movie. So here's the critics and audience. It's pretty high, a 78, a 93 from the audience. This is as of yesterday, so the movie just came out, and it looks like both critics and audience like it.
Yeah, they do. I'm a little low on the critic side. I would expect it somewhere in the 80s for this show on the critic side. I wonder what they didn't like about it.
Yeah, let's see. So critics Rotten Review. It is a gamble that does not exactly pay off, in no small part because Tom Hanks plays Tom Parker, and the performance is the low point of his career. So people are saying that it's kind of saying that this is kind of one of his weakest roles. What do you think?
I don't think so. I think Tom Hanks did good in this. Other than his accent, because I don't think he nailed the accent right. But other than that, I think he played it really well. I mean, I don't know what they're talking about. He played the part well.
I think that it was really good too, because when you forget about the actor behind it, that's when you know it's good. Because I forgot that it was Tom Hanks.
Right.
I saw Tom Parker. I saw the actor, or I mean the character, whatever. And I think when I compare it to when I saw Eyes of Tammy Faye with Jessica Chastain and Andrew Garfield, it was also the same vibe, where I was like, okay, they did that.
They became the person.
They became the person, and so did what's his face. So did. There's so many names. Austin Butler.
Yeah, Austin Butler. He was Elvis.
Austin Butler did a lot better. Like the makeup for Austin Butler, or his look or whatever, was better than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah,
that movie. Because with Mr. Robot, don't know the guy's name. With Mr. Robot, I still saw the actor. I was like, okay, that's him.
Yeah.
But with Austin Butler, I was like, whoa, is that Elvis? Are they using clips of Elvis? Is that like I was kind of like.
Yeah, there was points in there where I was like, are they going back and forth between old clips and new clips?
Right.
Because he did it. He did his thing.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's go to fresh reviews from the critics. Elvis is a whirlwind and not without its flaws. Yet it's never less than captivating, capturing the singer's energy while telling his story with the respect it deserves, thrilling and moving the viewer in equal measure. So yeah, I agree. It's a very beautiful movie to watch, and it's definitely gonna get some awards. I think it's definitely gonna get awards for cinematography, but we still have half a year to go. But cinematography, and Austin Butler's gonna get some type of Oscar.
Yeah, Austin Butler's gotta get pulled in for like best actor at least, because I mean he did it, man. I believed him. So, when you make me believe you got to at least get it in consideration for best actor, right? You would think.
So what are your ratings for the show, for the movie?
I give it 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Yeah, 8 out of 10. I don't know. It was good. I'm not going to watch it again in theaters because of how long it is. If it was an hour and a half, I'd be like, okay, let's go.
2.5 hours. 2.5 hours should be reserved for action.
Because, I need to be invested in these characters.
I mean, that's a long time to sit around for a drama. But yeah, it was good. It was a little long. They probably could have cut a good 20 minutes off this movie.
30. Oh, it could have been two.
Just 2 solid hours. Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok is Thor Love and Thunder. I mean, it's about to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, moving on.